Girl, Boost Boswell with the bottom line. Woo! Listen, I'm pumped. I'm pumped tonight. We got so much to talk about. I done got my weights out. We got to get our mind and our health right. It's so much that we got to be prepared for. And I need y'all to get ready with me. It's things we got to celebrate. It's things we got to talk about that's going on in the streets. So I said, let me get it together. You got to have your mind and your body right. Come on in here tonight. We got so much to talk about. I'm excited. It's so much that I have been doing lately, and I just feel blessed. I feel blessed in the aspects of being here with you tonight and fortunate enough to bring you content that is click worthy, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Whew, I tell y'all, what's going on with y'all tonight? As y'all come in and get situated, I want y'all to put in the comments where you at and what you got going on tonight. First things first, I want to take a moment and give praise to the God Almighty for all he has done. We've reached a milestone on this platform. Full YouTube partner. Praise God. I'm thankful. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And even though we only at 1,600, that's the beginning of a beautiful future for this platform and the community members, because it's the first stage of reaching the goal to create programs and resources that we can take into the community to make sure that people have the resources they need to live authentic, happy, healthy lives. Because a soft life is the best life. So I'm just so thankful that we have reached that milestone. There's memberships, uh, merchandise. Check it out when you get a chance. That's a part of growing the platform. I got to continue to invest in that and learn about it. And I want to take you along on a journey with me. First things first. Now I done got out the way of, hey, full YouTube partner, we just getting started. Just getting started. Come along for the ride. Come along for the ride. Worst thing you can do is get left behind. Get left behind. Come along, come along, come along. All right. Listen, first thing, I don't know who in the world Ruby Franks is, but as you can see, I switch it up. I like to bring real life stories to the community because it's our reality. These people are living our communities, our cities, our next door neighbors, and we need to know what's going on out in these streets. Good evening. Welcome aboard. Glad you can make it. Talking about this viral former YouTuber that was arrested earlier this week. And I actually was one of the first to break the story. So shout out to this platform. We try to stay current and bring you what we know as quickly and as accurately as possible. But I see every day that I'm scrolling and looking for information to come to bring to the community. It's more and more of this Ruby Frank story that's going viral in regards to being arrested after her son was able to break free, if you will, allegedly. Everything is alleged. So we won't continuously say that. Put that up front. All is alleged until proven guilty. But the son broke away and went to a neighbor's home, disgruntled and emotionally bewildered, and asking for food and water. Now, this is a lady that had over 2+ million followers, and her whole platform was surrounded around parenting and tough discipline. And there were accusations in the past of her tactics and techniques, but of course she has the look, her and her family has the look of the quote unquote whatever they deem the American dream look. And inside the house behind them closed doors, it was a nightmare going on. And it's unfortunate. That's why when I come forward, I make it a point to make sure I'm sharing information that you can take away, that you can be aware of all the different type of people that are out in these communities. Because see, the mental health arena is spoke about, but not enough people is doing anything about it. And that's what Let's Get Real and Heal is all about. We can sit back and wait on somebody to assist us. And let me tell you, good luck. Or we can take matters into our own hand like this community has done, and we support one another. We come together and we share information. We share support and encouragement to educate and uplift those within our community to seek a better, healthier life. And it's just a beautiful thing, as my quote always says, when God intervenes. And we have seen that time and time again within this community, the presence of God. I am excited at what is developing here. There are true, authentic, organic relationships being built off of care, knowledge sharing, and community. And when we continuously are exposed to the harsh realities of the current state of the world, it's more and more important that we build these type of communities of awareness, um, of collaboration, and build it to the point to where we truly can come into communities and put resources and programs in place to help minorities, because those of us that are part of the minority community understand the lack of knowledge we were taught growing up and even passed down from generations. We see the impact of our children. Joseph from the UK, welcome in, my friend. Um, we got Katina here, so we welcome her here. I'm glad to see you here tonight, Joseph. How's things in your part of the world? Yes, indeed. Joseph is also a regular member. I was speaking a little bit ago before you entered, Joseph, how we are building a collective community of individuals that are building authentic, organic relationships of support and knowledge sharing and just authentic caring. And that's what it takes to be successful and to build a happy, healthy life. I see you might be going through some emotions tonight, Joseph. If you'd like to share them in the chat, you know it's always open. Make sure that you drop it in the comments and we'll address it. I'm sending love and light to you, my friend. I was talking about the YouTuber that's been going viral the last couple of days about her harsh parenting tactics and practices that has landed her in jail. Fortunately, because now the kids are in a safe space, and it's just our harsh realities. I have been posting some things tonight that, hold on, what you said? Thank you, thank you, Katina. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Joseph says, does organic mean the same in the U.S. as it does here? Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think we're that different. It's Webster dictionary words is the same across the US and the UK, is, the slang words that you might have to question, but words that are in the dictionary means the same. Um, what I've noticed and what I'm concerned about is all the information that's being put out, for these young people, and the impression that it is leaving with these generations that are coming up. The music, the behavior. And as a middle aged woman, what can we collectively do to support them? There is, and I don't know these people. For the most part, I do a lot of research and, Google searches, and I learn about them. But some artist that's trending is called Doja Cat. She's an African American young artist, singer, songwriter, rapper. She's trending. That's how I found out about her, because she just released a song called Demons that's trending like number 2 or 3 within the platforms. So I invite you. I did a video about her. I invite you to take a look at it when you get a chance. It's troubling how this once wholesome young lady looked like a regular American girl has transformed into almost a demon. That's what she looked like. And her message is very dark. And when you see more and more of these younger people coming out with a dark message, with a dark presence, it's troubling. It's troubling in the aspect of these people are in our communities. Some of them are in our homes or living next door. And we have to be aware of the ever evolving and changing world, and the way that people are operating and their mindsets. The mental health of a lot of people isn't well. Just like I mentioned with the Ruby Franks lady. From the outside, she looked like the average American Caucasian woman. She was articulate, traditionally dressed, but she was causing hell and havoc in her residence. And her older children, because she has 6 children, her YouTube page was called 8 Passengers, which it got canceled and demonetized earlier this year, I believe, because the complaints had reached out to the authorities, complaining many times about her parenting and accusations of abuse to their siblings, but it went on deaf ears. And it wasn't until the young brother, the 12-year brother, escaped and went to a neighbor's house, that the neighbors saw all these bruises that made them concerning call out to the authorities. Joseph said a lot of artists are following the same thing. Yeah, Joseph, I'm picking that up, and it's concerning. I know, I think it was last year. I think last year and this year, the BET Awards was almost like a demonic opening act. I mean, everything was dark, flame, fires, devil. It's I don't enjoy that type of entertainment. Lead me to the light. I don't want to go in the darkness. I believe in soft life. Soft life is the best life, and it's our reality though. And at some point, we either are going to have to get it under control, or it's going to continuously spiral out of control. And what I'm noticing, and I keep saying this as I continuously build this platform, is the unhealthy mindset of so many people that are just, quite frankly, miserable. And if you don't guard your peace, if you don't guard your surrounding and your exposure. You can be quickly consumed by other people's bad energy. And it's an unfortunate reality that you truly have to be very guarded out here in these streets. But the beautiful part about it is when you have spirituality, you come with a shield of protection that those that do not believe have no understanding. And I'm noticing there's a lot of non-believers. There's a lot of non-believers. Joseph says the higher up they get, they meet the fire that enables power over those they influence. Yeah, it is. I mean, the young lady, the Doja Cat lady, it's like you can watch it on a PowerPoint. Her transition from a nice, wholesome young lady to this dark presence. It's scary. It's eerie. And when you have younger family members, children, I have a Gen Z daughter. I'm concerned at what is going on uh, in a generation that I'm not as privy to understand, because the way they move and the way they think is a lot different than you and I. And it's a reality that we must try to understand so we can support people properly. I went a little walking earlier. Thanks for asking, Joseph. I'm actually returning physically to my place of work 3 days a week starting Tuesday. So Tuesday through Thursday, I won't be remote. So that's going to be a new experience, which it'll force me at the house. And I'm going to get some walking in, and I think that'll push me even further to getting my routine back. Look, before y'all came on, I was pumped. I pulled out my hand weights. I said, I'm pumped. Let's get it started. We got to get this thing right. Live a soft, happy, healthy life. I'm telling y'all, in order to get to where we need to be, I got to make sure I'm healthy, because I'm taking y'all with me. Look who's in the building. Y'all is in the building. I'm glad that you made it, girlfriend. Thank you very kindly. Hey, listen, we got to be elevated. I was saying when I first launched the this live a couple days ago, I went full YouTube partner, which I'm thankful and I'm grateful. It's been a lot of work. It's going to continue to be a lot of work because this platform is going somewhere, and I'm just excited about it. And when I bring these reality, these teachable lessons with all that's going on in these streets, crazy over here, what's going on behind the doors over here, all this stuff that we need to be aware of about what's going on, I know that this information is going to be necessary and needed more and more. And I'm just excited about my opportunity to be a part of keeping this community and just the world informed, because we just getting started, and y'all already know. Absolutely, Joseph. I ain't got no choice. But I did think that was just very concerning about the YouTuber. And that's the one thing that I made a video earlier in regards to this. And then I have another one that I'm developing now, which a news reporter has said some of the same things that I said in regards to, you don't know who these people are. You don't really know who I am. You have to go. Hopefully, you got discernment, and most people, you would hope to be authentic, but let's be honest, a lot of people aren't. And you can show up on these platforms being anybody you want to be, and who gonna stop you? Who gonna stop you? You have to be very mindful, and not as influenced with the information and the content that people bring you. And even on this platform, like I used to tell people that I worked with, always double check, Don't never take anyone's information as law. Always do the research and the homework for yourself so you know. And that's in any and everything, y'all. That's any and everything. I I'm just amazed at how people aren't authentic. Joseph said, "What drives the need for fame?" I think the lack of identity. I think insecurity. Some you are lacking something in your life. You know, when you are seeking fame, then that's about self. A lot of people out here are seeking fame, but then you have people that are walking into purpose, and you have to be able to decipher and have discernment or enough intelligence to know the difference. Katina says, I have Gen Z kids and grandkids, and one thing that I realized quickly is that this generation of people has never lived without cell phones or computers, and they see life as very simple and easy. Absolutely. Bingo. Bingo. And let's think about that for a minute. I'm aware of Joseph and y'all and Katina. So we all are at the stage of our life where we were born. We weren't born in that time. There wasn't cell phones and computers. Think about the mindset of young people that were born with computers and cell phones. They don't know what life is like without that. And what's troubling is this, and I've said this quite a few times on this platform. Your brain isn't developed until you're 25. I believe it's 25. They putting cell phones in kids' hands at 4 and 5 years old. It's such a fresh and underdeveloped brain, and now you are mesmerizing it. You are impacting it in a way that is detrimental and unhealthy. And you are doing that for years, 10, 15, sometimes 20 years before your mind develop. Because let's be honest, kids have cell phones in their hands at 5. That's their babysitter. So they got 20 more years, 5, 10, 15, 20, until their brain is developed. Just think about all the damage it has done. That's why a lot of them don't know how to interact, or they have emotional and social struggles. It's a terrible reality. My Gen Z daughter, I've had her in therapy. She needed it. We talk about it. At some point, when our schedules connect, because she's in college now, I want her to come on the platform so we can kind of talk about it, so I can have her share kind of insight on her generation and struggles and how her generation views us, Gen X. Joseph says, yes, it's not quite the same as payphones and having not to live with AIDS 24 hours a day. Absolutely. And you already know a lot of times with them pay phones, you only had so much time and you had to put in another quarter. And if you didn't have another quarter, you weren't talking no more. These kids can talk all night long. And they do. But it's the programs within those electronics that they intentionally did something to make you addicted. And it's messing with people's psyche. It's a real thing. Katina says, in fact, they think that we are ancient and out of touch of reality in today's world. Shaking my head, absolutely. Cell phones at 2 years old. My grandkids. Well, you need to go and snatch them grandkids' phone. And that's the truth. I see it more on TikTok. The arrogance and the the attitude that we absolutely are clueless. Now that don't that's not taking count that I done been here 30, 40 years longer than you, but I don't know nothing. And what I'm starting to see as a trend, which is disturbing, is their level of detachment. They have no love for family. I've actually saved this one girl's video that was speaking about, excuse my French, fuck family. I don't give a damn about family or nobody. Because family ain't shit. And I'm going to say, I said it like she said it. We can tiptoe around, or we can confront it like it is. We are not dealing in a time and with people that we can tiptoe, because they're very aggressive and they're very intentional. And when you walk around lacking conscience and accountability, you dangerous. You dangerous. Joseph said too much exposure, too much info. Absolutely. And that is the problem right there, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't have that exposure. When your mind is exposed to things that it is not developed enough to digest, to understand, it puts it in a state of shock, and damage happens. That's a real thing. That's when you develop anxieties, depressions, and other symptoms. And these are symptoms that go on for years or lifelong. These symptoms are occurring at very young ages, so young that I am inclined to think, can it be reversed? I still, at late 40s, headed to 50, all the way live, am dealing with coping mechanisms from when I was a child, learning how to properly navigate and to express myself. But I had a developed mind. I started dealing with this in my 40s. Just think, if I was 5. Joseph says, why do you think the bad flu bug, COVID, has such an effect on people? Well, I was the first person I know, Joseph, to have had COVID. And I know, when hindsight is 2020, when I look at back, because I had a severe case, I was probably 5-6 months out of group therapy, trauma therapy, diagnosed with PTSD. So I think I had a low immune system. Emotionally, I was sick on the road to healing, but I wasn't well. And that sickness, I had become physically sick. So I think a lot of that came with people's physical and mental health. What do you think? Katina says, this is sad but true. Very emotionless people with no sympathy or empathy. Absolutely. Joseph agrees with you, Katina. Katina says, I think some of this started with our generation kids being raised in daycares. Absolutely. Now, let me tell you this. I did this, and I'm actually going to do another live, because I picked up on this this week. Gen Z, a lot of Gen Z. So Gen Z are the grandchildren of baby boomers. They don't know about the crack epidemic that happened in the U.S. They're clueless, and they want to know. I had shared a little bit of that information, and a young girl on TikTok thanked me for explaining it as a story, and it helped her to have some insight and kind of understand her parents and the past better. And she was very grateful. They need to know how we got here. See, the baby boomers was the first working class outside of the projects that got decent blue collar jobs that could move in the suburbs. And then their kids, which is many of us, Gen X, we the first ones that got to have a better life. We the first to wear Nike shoes, no more Payless and shoes with holes in them. We got to go to better schools and got a couple more outfits than our parents did. Then the crack epidemic happened, and it took a lot of decent, hardworking men and women from their families. And so we started to raise ourselves, and there was a lot of fast and misguided kids, and that's how teenage pregnancy skyrocketed. Our generation, the Gen X, and the dope dealers. Parents went home and kids was hungry and they was tired of not having nothing because crack took all the money, and kids that was living in suburbs and better housing, they lost it all because their parents was too busy trying to get another hit and no longer had any guidance or resources or time for their children. So you had high teenage pregnancy and then dope dealers. And then the millennials, our kids came along, and half of them wasn't raised because you either had the mother that was trying to raise the kids from the dope dealers. She trying to get her life in order, or she hadn't grown up and she was still in the streets in the clubs looking for a new man because the dope dealer had 3 and 4 chicks. And then the millennials, some of their kids is Gen Z. Millennials wasn't raised, and they don't, so they can't raise the Gen Z, and they think being disrespectful is okay because they're resentful because mama and daddy was in the streets or working and didn't have no time for them, so they don't really have the kind of love for a parent that they should have. So when they see their kids acting up and acting the fool, they think it's okay because, see, they didn't get their butts whooped. So now they kids know nothing about discipline. And plus, that's when the government stepped in also. They millennials started to understand, if you touch me, I can call the police. See, all this stuff needs to be discussed because now you have a generation that is emotionless, has no conscience, and they dangerous. And that's the reality. That ain't taking nothing away from them. There's a lot of bright, good people out there, but it's too large of a community of young people that need to get well, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. And they living in our homes. They living there. And a lot of them got vengeance, and they don't care nothing about you. And I'm seeing that more and more. I mean, they making these videos speaking out, and it is disturbing. Joseph says nothing is their fault, but everyone is to blame for where they are. Amen, Joseph. We having church up in here. Y'all said sympathy and empathy has to be taught. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tina said, thanks, Joseph. Hey, Fishing Queen, welcome in. Hi, I just wanted to say hi. I am leaving because my sister died yesterday to cancer. So sorry. You're in our prayers. We'll see you next time. God blessings. Tina's giving her condolences. Joseph says, governments are wrecking the family. Once upon a time, one person brought home the bacon and one made children into functioning beings. Absolutely. And I want to circle back to that after I welcome my girl in the house, baby girl vibes. How you doing, baby girl? I didn't see you snuck up in here. So glad that you made it. So glad you made it. It's good to see you. It's always a pleasure. I remember your grandmother passed away, Fishing Queen. You just didn't have a lot of traumas here lately. We uplift you in this community and wish peace upon you. Baby girl sending her condolences. Katina. Hey, listen, I woke up the other day, baby girl, and I had a red eye. You saw that video when I said I wasn't feeling that well. Let me go back to Joseph's comment because I want to address that. Once upon a time, a person brought home. Yeah. So listen, this is the thing. So the government, all that. As I get older, I am convinced that the government, all this stuff that has happened within the minorities communities, obviously is intentional, and can't nobody tell me differently. They intentionally broke up the family, and it's an unfortunate thing. I appreciate your support, baby girl. You made me smile. All y'all do. Make me smile every time y'all come. Baby girl don't miss a post I put and she regurgitates. I don't think I know anybody that's better with regurgitating the information I put out more than baby girl. And I'm blessed because when I take my time and put out information, and when those of you in the community, all of you, come back and support it, it's confirmation, it's reassurance that we're going in the right direction, and it's a blessing, and I'm just filled, and I'm very thankful for all the support and nurturing that you all give me. You saw who, Fishing Queen? Katina says this is true. And another thing was we weren't allowed to vent and tell someone that you needed help, absolutely, and didn't know how to vent without being called crazy or wanting attention. And see, that's the thing. Well, Katina's absolutely right. You better not open your mouth. And I said it before, and I'm sure Joseph and Baby Curl can attest to this because y'all make it to almost all the lives. In my day, you had to toughen up and shake it off. Ain't nothing wrong with you. And everything dealing with mental health was that's for crazy people. And the reality is this, y'all, and I know you are. I'm always listening to what you do. I appreciate that, baby girl. You know, it's much love. There's a lot of functioning, dysfunctional people out here. People are very, very good at what they do. They are able to manipulate to the highest degree. That's why you have to be very careful of what and who you allow into your personal space. Not everyone is mentally healthy enough to have a front row seat in your life. Some people you need to leave in the balcony, or you need to just leave outside and close the door. Because people intentionally will come in and wreck your life. You know, I'm going to speak about it, baby girl. Joseph said, so true, Katina. That's why so many today can't seek help. There is nothing wrong, even if you can't walk or talk. And that's the truth. That's true. You know what? The biggest lie is the lie you tell to yourself. So many people will say, oh, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. And all the while, when ain't nobody looking, they popping pills or taking a drink or doing dope to function. It's a lot of young people out here that's dope heads and it's going over their family's heads. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. But you can only lie for so long. You can only lie for so long. See, I lied to myself many years until I couldn't lie no more. You get tired of running. And there comes a time in your life where you're going to put up or you're going to shut up. And I wasn't ready to give up. Baby girl Vibe said, wreck your life and not even a tow truck can pick you up. You better know it. Katina, the problematic situations have not been dealt with until this day. And the mental and emotional illness still goes on without help from anyone. And see, this is one of the things that when I speak out in the community section of this platform, I posted, I think it was today or yesterday, about men's mental health. A lot of the emotional damage many women, and this isn't a slight against men because I've learned a lot through my 40 plus years, almost 50. A lot of men are emotionally damaged, and as women, we are a part of their world. Their problems become our problems, and then their symptoms become our conditions, and next thing you know, I'm on medicine. But a lot of women are so addicted to pain and not able to walk away if a man is not willing to get himself some help, that you have this domino effect, this spiral, and just recycled, unhealthy exchange of emotions. We have to get to a space where men are encouraged and supported enough to seek help and get emotionally and physically well, because a lot of women's illnesses come from relationships from men. That's no slight against them. That is the truth. The truth. It's either when you're an adult, it's a man, and when you're a kid, it's your parents. A lot of us have brought this baggage from when we was a kid, and then we get in these bad relationships, and then next thing you know, I need medicine, and I'm lying to everybody that I'm fine, and then I'm going off on my kids because my nerves is bad, and I'm so emotionally distraught that I am the functioning dysfunctional person, getting up every day pretending like everything's okay. It's more living that life than not. We have to let go of the lie and start getting honest with ourselves, telling the truth so we can get well. I said, and this is how God blessed me. I said, come on now. I actually thought about you on this one too, baby girl. Amen. We all didn't lie to ourselves, baby girl, and people still lied. And you know what? When God came to me and said, I'm going to help you get well, and after I got well, he said, now go tell. That's why I'm here. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. I could not be here today speaking authentically and honestly if God didn't support and deal with me. I was living a lie like everybody else. But let me be a testimony to all of you that is here. It's a beautiful thing when God intervened, and it's a beautiful thing when you get on the other side of that lie and start living your authentic truth, and that healing has happened. See, can't nobody break my peace, because I know now, I love me enough to let you go and grow. A lot of people don't know how to do that. That's why I'm here telling the truth, because you can lie to yourself today, you can lie to yourself tomorrow, but then comes the day where the truth ain't gonna let you leave until you decide to speak it. Come on now. Y'all know what's going on in here. Y'all know, let me get caught up on these. Showing love in the community. That's what we do. Amen. Listen, Joseph said, yes, women do suffer at times for the failure of men to communicate, but sometimes women can't always listen. Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. It ain't a one-way street, Joseph. It ain't a one-way. It's fault on both ends. From what I know, I'm not blaming fault. I'm providing my experience and my exposure from what I've lived and from what I've witnessed, and it's all been similar. Women, even though we got a big mouth and we like to talk crap, we still looking for the man to lead. And if a man is mentally healthy enough and he is truly a leader, I don't know a woman that won't follow him. Not a real one. Not a real one. But he got to be healthy. See, our mouth and our ears close when he shows up unhealthy. When a real man shows up, he commands control. And a woman naturally will fall in line and say, baby, where we go, where you go, I go. Our mouth start opening, our ears close when he all over the road. Now, sometimes, obviously, you just run across a hoe and she's stupid and she miss out on a good man. But most women that come across a good man, I don't know too many at all that's going to sacrifice him or ain't going to get herself in order to keep him. Because naturally, who don't want to be loved and nurtured? Who don't want to have somebody help you get well? Now, Go tell, you better, that happened, baby girl. That happened. Baby girl want to know how you doing, Joseph. Tina says, I have sons, and a lot of young men blame us as Black mothers for their behaviors because they think that we don't listen or stand with them. And that's part of the bitterness and abuse mentality. That is. And I spoke about this earlier, some lives ago. Thank you for sharing that, Katina. That's a very good point. And as mothers, we have to not allow the abuse. Take accountability. I take accountability for my lack as a mother. I did a video sometime back. I said I wasn't the best mother I could be. I was so focused on providing a life for my children that was better than the one that was handed to me. But children can hold you hostage and place the blame game. I made a video earlier this week called Let Them. You got to implement the let them game. You got to learn how to let them go. Let them be accountable. Let them be so you can be free. Once I own and I acknowledge the things that I am at fault and my shortcomings, we can discuss it once, maybe twice. But now the third time, that's a whole different arena. It becomes abusive. It becomes manipulation. It becomes accusations and unintentional hurt or pain you're trying to inflict. Again, my relationship with God and the conversations we had is bigger than my relationship and love for you. See, I have a commitment and an obligation to him because he took the time to educate, uplift, and heal me, and then order me to do what he told me. I don't care who you are. You ain't going to interfere with my purpose, not even my kids. I offer you the same resources and the same consideration that was offered to me. You either meet me or leave me. Because one thing you're not going to do is hinder me. I had to tell my daughter this a couple times, a couple years back, because she was very accusatory and a manipulative Gen Z. I offer you therapy with me. It's your choice. But you and I will not continue to have this relationship. I can love you and let you go. Love you dearly. But you cannot let anyone take away from who you are as a person, because people will tear you down. They will tear you down. We all see these stories now about children doing heinous and unthinkable things to their parents. The day of honor thy father and thy mother is gone. You got a sprinkle here and a sprinkle there, but it's not the way of life anymore. Once you have done all you can do, and once you have given all you can give from that point is space and let people go and grow. That's how you end up losing valuable time in your life. You can't want more for somebody than they want from themselves, and you can't make nobody love you no more than they do. But what I can do is I can meet you where you at and make sure that everything is in its place and reset it where it need be, because I ain't gonna let nobody destroy me. I got work to do. This life is bigger than you. See, people get so consumed about me, and they don't understand. This life ain't about me. This life is about being of service to others. It's better to give than receive. You got to really go through some things to understand that. I've been there. And once that hit me, I said, Lord Jesus, Thank you. To be of service, it's blessing me more than it'll ever bless you that I'm able to help you. But what I'm not going to do is be your fool. I don't care who you are. Come on now. You already know. Smash that like button. We got authentic, organic, real conversations in here. Look, y'all been running off at the mouth. Let me get caught up on these comments. Not a one-way street. Amen. Katina, white mothers suffer the same from their sons. You want to expound on that? Joseph, baby girl said, real man commands control. Yeah, I already know. Listen, and I was raised to be aggressive. Most of us in the minority community were. When a real man come along, I'm just as ladylike and I get in order. Glad you here. Let me rest my head on your chest. I need a rest. You got to give me a chest that I'm able to rest on. And I will gladly do that. Katina, I totally agree. What a good man puts into a woman, he will reap the wonderful harvest. Amen. He has instilled in her, good or bad. Amen. Agreements in the community. Yes, ma'am. Joseph. Honestly, from both partners to give time and prioritize each other's needs. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. But men are conditioned, a lot of men are conditioned with when they struggling, they don't address it, and then it just filters over into the relationship. I dated a gaslighter for 10 years. He was perfect at being a liar. He was so perfect at being a liar. And I'm an intelligent woman. Exposed enough to the world to where I don't come without experience. He was so good at what he did, I left him confused. And I ain't no fool. Katina says, I agree, Joseph. This goes on in many races, I'm sure, but I'm just speaking from life lessons I've experienced. Yeah, we can appreciate that. We all know it's not a race thing when it comes to experiences, but I'm speaking from experience. Most of my interactions have been with minorities. Listen, this is a true statement. I think I said this last time I was on live. There's a study out. The most successful marriages is a Caucasian male and a black female. That's the highest rate versus a Caucasian male and woman or a black man with a Caucasian woman. The most successful relationships are hold on a second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got a guest that's coming on. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that, y'all. We might be getting a guest here in a second. Baby, your vibes. I am. Let me see where we at. Hold on, I got a guest coming on, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. I got a guest, y'all. I'm excited. The queen bee coming in the house. Well, good evening, mother.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm glad you can make it, baby girl vibes. This is my mother, Joseph. This is my mother, Joseph from the UK. I think Joseph was here last time you was on last week, Mom. Baby girl vibes wasn't. We got Katina in the comments. Just having another organic conversation. I'm glad you're here. Katina says no other experience but from experience. Let me get caught up on the comments, Mom.
Good evening, everyone.
Joseph said, Katina, I do see color and describe myself as mixed race because I'm no pure breed being. Okay. Joseph, great. Keep it going. Truth. Wait a minute. Welcome back, Fisher Queen. Sorry about your loss. No, I don't. But listen, you can Google therapists and find one in your area. There's you can actually go to therapy from an app on your phone. I know you're young, so speak to your parents about it, and they should be able to put you in contact with somebody. Joseph says, I have no color. I see myself as a mixed race, as I'm not pure being. Katina said, what I've learned being a mother of 7 is that everyone has their own personality and their own motives in life. It's all a choice, and the choice is yours. And if you have to be accountable for self, I don't know what PRD means, but you know, I'm gonna bring out the book, Baby Girl Brides. I just love you, girl. You tickle me. I didn't. So hey, y'all. Hey, you back, y'all? I'm glad you back. Welcome to Queen. I'm getting caught up. Okay. Bye for good. Okay. Have a good night, Queen. So where was we at? Y'all can somebody drop in the comments. I didn't got thrown off when I was adding my mother to the conversation. I know he's talking about relationships. What was he talking about within relationships? Oh, people. So Mom, you can give great insight on this as raising 5 daughters and girls. Might I add, definitely was a challenge because I mean, just having one daughter for me has been a challenge. When we went through the stage of being accusatory or manipulative as a mother, what advice do you give younger mothers or young adults that are dealing with these young adults today that manipulated or manipulative like we were when we were younger?
Well, kids of the day, your generation don't even compare to the kids of the day. The kids of the day are much smarter, quicker. They're quick to do things, and they don't take time to think. They just, if they see it coming in, and the first impression that they get is what they feed off of.
So do you think that these kids of the day are more manipulative than we were?
Yeah, they smarter.
You said they. What do you mean smarter?
They know how to do things better than your generation did. Your generation didn't think. You didn't look at the consequences. Kids of the day look at consequences. They find alternatives.
I'm trying to digest what you're saying with that one.
Well, what I'm saying is, kids of the day, they'll jump into anything and come to conclusions on their own. They don't take time to get in a circle and discuss anything. Whatever they think is right, that's the way it is.
The kids of today,
right?
But that don't mean that they right though.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said they were smarter.
They are smarter. Like kids of the day, they didn't know not to go out, and girls of the day. That's why, okay, they fighting so that they can have say so over their bodies. When it comes to that abortion, they they don't want the government telling them how to use their bodies. They use their bodies any way they want to. During the time of during your time, you went along with what was ever done. That was the way it was. You didn't have
Joseph
to say
said,
so. You didn't have no say so like the kids of today do. It's the kids of today. They speak out. They very outspoken.
I agree with that. Joseph said children of today have more options of choice to act upon. Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
yeah, I agree with that. But I think more choices also equals more danger.
Well, it is more dangerous in the world because technology is set in, and technology gives you knowledge of things to do and what it is and what will become. It's not at the same time. It's not a standstill, and kids know that.
But I'm not comfortable with kids or young adults. Now, I'll give you an example. I was speaking to, this is how dangerous today's time is. This is the difference of the world we are living in now. A co-worker told me the other day. She said she has an older aunt. Her aunt is probably in her 60s, 70s, an older one, baby boomer. Her niece came in the house as 15, so that's like your granddaughter, Gen Z. And she didn't like the girl's outfit, so she said, um, you know how you pull on somebody's clothes, say, here, straighten your clothes. Like a tug on the shirt or they pants, like straighten yourself. Well, that's what the older lady did to the young niece, the 15-year-old niece, and the niece said she didn't know how to take that, almost as if she felt like she was violated. That's a different mentality. They take things like, instead of looking at this older woman and say, hey, fix your clothes, she come from a totally different era, pull your shirt down, fix yourself. She taking that as she feels violated. It's almost to the point like you don't even know how to navigate these younger people, because it could land you in jail if they want to take it there.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised, but it's a reality that we living in. Joseph says, knowledge for the good and knowledgeable for those that want to take from the good. Yeah, I think it's a decision. People, you have some younger people that are hell bent and are very vindictive, and they don't want nobody to tell them nothing. And when you get to the point in life where can't nobody tell you nothing, then you are a dangerous person and you already lost. Because see, we all can receive information from somebody. I learned that in my 20s. When I really started to gravitate towards you and my father's advice, when I realized that everything y'all told me was the truth and was to help and better my life. But a lot of these kids can't stand their parents, so they're not getting that wisdom passed on to them because they don't want to see or talk to their parents. They don't even love them. And that's the reality. Are you a part of this, Mary? Are you doing something else?
Excuse me.
Are you a part of this?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. Well, I was talking to you. You ain't listening. You watching TV. Y'all have to excuse my mother, but that's my mother and I love her. Anyway, let me get back to this. It really is, baby girl, and that's the reality. We live in a different time, and why it's important to continuously speak out. Like when I go on TikTok and I post some of these videos, a lot of these young kids will leave a comment thanking me for sharing my point of view and my wisdom. And my comment to them, baby girl, is share this with your friend because they are listening to you. A lot of them won't listen to me. I said, tell it to everybody your age that you know. And I mean that. For real. Look, y'all, I'm not lying. I tell them that. You can go see it in the comments. If we connected on TikTok.
Well, that's good advice because when they tell their friends they're talking to somebody that's living the same type of life they're living during their times. So the friend can understand them much better than a parent. But when a parent says something to a kid, he might not do it what you ask them to do, but they do listen.
You think the younger generation?
No, in the generation of right now, the what you call them, the gens, they might
The
not do
Gen-
what you want them to do, but they do listen.
Y'all,
You know?
Joseph said, y'all said it before. Too many children are spoiled and want more now. Yeah, don't nobody got no patience. Katina says these kids act on impulse without a conscience, and the bigger thing is they think they're owed something, feel entitled. Yeah, don't nobody want for that, and I think that's bad when you have. Well, see, we got the Nike shoes. So we got to skip past the millennials. We talking about Gen Z. They want Gucci, Louis. They want the premium. If they can't get the best, then they don't want it. They don't want it at all. Y'all said these kids do question more than we did. Not sure if that's good or bad. I think it's bad because at the end of the day, on like you can have dialect and questioning, but there comes a point to where we see the information that I just gave you and move forward. Everything don't need to be a debate. It becomes to where things are a debate.
I don't see nothing wrong with kids that want more. They want more. You know, they see this stuff. You know, advertised and marketing is out there. They see this stuff. They want it just like the next person wanted. But the only thing about it, they had to be taught to just you don't go right out and take it. You got to earn it. And once once you can put that into a child's mind that you can have anything you want, you can have the Gucci, the Michael Kors, all of that, but just go out and earn it. And if once they see that they can go out and earn and get exactly what they want, it wouldn't be no problem. But it wouldn't be no world if it wasn't problems.
Joseph said, if my childhood was now, I would be the only child without a smartphone, but would have to deal with it. You know what? I think no, because actually my niece, her son doesn't have one. And I think that's the best decision she ever made. I remember my daughter, she got her cell phone. I think she was in the second or third grade. Worst thing we ever did. I actually start to see her transform before my eyes, not knowing what it was back then, until later on. And when I found that out, when I came to the realization that it was because of her cell phone, I remember saying to her father, that's the worst thing we ever did was to get her a phone.
But in these days and times, if you don't give a second grader a phone, that's the worst thing you ever did because it's a kid need a phone because the world is so dangerous.
But is it so dangerous? Like when you live in like neighborhoods, like when I lived in Pickerington, the elementary school was at the corner. So did they really need a phone? And if
Yeah,
you
because of the way they men going in schools today and shoot up little kids.
oh, that's a nice segue to that article that I wrote. If you all haven't checked it out, when you get a moment, please go to the video section. It's in regards to the 10-year-old girl, the mother's ex. I don't even know if you can call him ex for real, but it was her son's father that ended up unaliving her 10-year-old daughter, which is his son. He unalived his son's sister, and he was on trial this week, and his verdict is out. It's a bench trial, so the judge is out making a decision on the decision. Hey, Fishing Queen, we feel for you, but listen, I know you're going through a lot, and I like the fact that you come to this community, but at some point, like, you got to reach out to your family and ask them to help you. There's nothing that we can do, dear, and I want you to get the help that you need, but you're going to have to reach out to your parents and let them intervene. You're welcome here, but at some point, I need you to go ahead and log out of here and ask your parents to get you the resources that you need, because it's going on every time that we interact. So there needs to be some intervention, and this platform isn't it, sweetheart. So I
What
need
happened
you
to her?
to speak to your parents. Katina says they think they're owed credit cards that the parents should pay for, and nice cars that the parents should pay for. And once again, they think you're the parent and you should pay. Talking about, yeah, they do. It's ridiculous. They
Well,
want,
my dad, I think you got to tell him that uh, you're not Kim Kardashian, or uh, queen of the money tree. You know, you have to get out and pay and earn money, get a job and earn money to pay for your credit card. So why shouldn't they do the same?
hey y'all, I'm glad that your son don't have a phone because he's too young. He's too young. Uh, Fishing Queen, you do. Now, you know, I put you out the community one time. I don't want to have to do it this time. Now, you're going to either interact with us properly, or I'm going to have to do that. Now, the choice is yours. Joseph, we'll skip that. And yeah, and he should. He should. You have to put some structure in place. We know that's not too Fishing Queen. And again,
why can't I hear what she's saying?
I had to ban her. She plays games. I kicked her out the community before. She's 15 and she's actually very aggressive.
She don't have a business over.
No, I just removed her. I removed her. She played games. I went ahead and removed her. You have to. She's an example. So I tried to support Fishing Queen before. Fishing Queen is out. It's not the truth. She does have parents, and she plays these games. I blocked her before. I just blocked her again. She's very, very disrespectful on her channel, and that's why I followed her. I tried to support her, and then she changed her name and came back as a different person. But I looked her up. I knew it was her. She lies a lot. I don't have time for it. So best of luck to her. She's 15, and let her parents deal with that. But that's a prime example of what we're dealing with. When I went to her platform and tried to support her, she talked like a sailor and cussed me out. When I said, well, don't you have a potty mouth? And she told me to F me and all this and that. And that's when I blocked her. And then she resurfaced under another name. So she plays games. I don't have time for it. I think she might, I'm gonna be honest, I think she might be amused because it's a group of Black people for the most part. Because when somebody says, is that your mother? She was going to say, that ain't my mother. I said, nah, I ain't your mama. But anyway, she young. God bless her. At the end of the day, folks, I think we all have a responsibility to be authentic and honest with other people. There's a lot of people out here suffering emotionally. Their mental health is just not well. And if we don't get in front of that, then it's going to continuously spill over into our families and into our homes and our children, our grandkids. We have to really start taking this mental health very seriously. Hold on. I'm not following you on that one, Lindsay.
I can't hear no
Yeah,
one.
she is 15. She is 15. But and she's a storyteller. But I can't let her come in the community and just, keep being disrespectful. And I know she's making up stuff. because I try to know what's going on in the community, because truly, I've worked since I was 14. I have always tried to be an authentic, honest person and try to progress and try to be of service to other. And I ain't got time to play with nobody. Um, I've looked in the community. I follow a lot of y'all because I care. I ain't just out here playing no games. My time is valuable. My commitment to God is valuable, and I don't have all the answers, but I'm gonna give you what I got, and I'm gonna give you all I got. And I wanted to be a positive impact and be amongst people that are serious about their life and the worlds that they live in, because ultimately your mind is going to dictate your experience. And I want all of us to have great experiences. I want all of us to get past our struggles and our challenges. I had many challenges in my life, and to overcome them, um, to be at the point to where and this is so funny. This is what is beautiful. I'm up here talking about life and my mother is shaving her beard. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. This is reality.
I tell these people what I'm doing, Boots.
They can see you.
But why can't I see them?
Because I can't see them. They're in the comments. You and I are on the platform.
Oh Lord have mercy.
How you think you can talk?
Hi, Jonesy. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Who is Jonesy? That's Joseph.
I thought you said Jonesy was on there.
No, Joseph. Joseph live in the UK.
Okay.
But I know it's a lot of people out here that's hurting. Absolutely, baby girl. And it took me years to get to that point in my life to where I was really authentically honest, and I started to get well. And I know a lot of people don't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do that initially. But it started with prayer. It started with the desire, and then came prayer. And that was the beginning journey of me walking down every lie in my life so that I could get to the other side. It did not come overnight. It took me a couple years to get here, literally, from the day when I made the decision that I wanted a different experience. It took me a couple years. It's not a quick turnaround, but it is worth it. Hey, this is live and well real over here. That's the beautiful thing about this community. They Joseph said, "Do your thing, mommy Boost." And
I'm looking at Payback WWE special program.
all right, well, just go ahead and look at it, Mom. I'm glad you're here. If you're suffering, if you don't know how to move forward, I want you to be encouraged by making a decision that you want a new experience and you're worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's talk about Mitch McConnell freezing.
Okay, so this is Queen Bee's platform. We about to switch to Mitch real quick. It's ridiculous. Mitch is freezing at the podium, and that's another problem. When you're 80-some years old and you can't get your thoughts in order, I'm in my late 40s. I'm headed to 50, and post COVID, I had brain freezes. But Mitch, but I'm able to pivot. Mitch so froze that people got to step in and intervene. There has to be a point in life where you got to bow out gracefully. It's a shame that this man is going through this in front of the world. And instead of people stepping in and making the appropriate decisions to pull him out of this rat race, they walking up and saying, "You okay?" I'm thinking it must be some conspiracy, going on behind the scenes. That's why I did that video. Blink if you need, if you okay, if you need help, because it don't make no sense. Yeah, so baby girl, absolutely. It really did. Y'all said it took me almost a decade to get rid of negative thinking that led me to what's SI, but through the grace of God, amen. It's too big of a load, Joseph. He need to let it go. That's nothing. He didn't been at this so long. Where's his quality of life? There is no quality of life. You have to get to a point in your life to where you first. This is what the challenge is. When you get to the point of where I'm at in life, when you have that awareness and that awakening and you done the work, see, you can see all the mess that's out there and people that are BSing. And the reality is more people than not need help. More people than not are miserable and don't know how to move forward. But I'm telling you, it starts with a decision and a commitment to yourself and to tap into your spirituality and to start walking down every lie that you told yourself or that someone told you that you knew they was lying and you accepted it, to stay in agreement with them. So you got to get to this space in your life where you are comfortable with being in disagreement with the majority, because you're going to lose a lot of people at some point when you choose yourself. Tina said Mitch is going through some of the final stages of life, and when you start having brain infractions, the truth is you're on your way out, and I wouldn't trust his cognitive skills because the mind is, yeah, I mean, it shows that he shouldn't be in front of the world. And at some point, when do you say enough's enough? See, I don't want to be at that point in my life where somebody got to pull me out. How they say, bail out while you on the top. Because see what he didn't reach his top. He didn't been a part of running this country the majority of his life. Don't wait till you on your way down to get out. Get out while you at the top. But some people don't know how to let go. And then that's when their life get out of control. See, we are at a point where we have seen a man that have made decisions for all of us for so long that where he didn't know how to bow out gracefully, and now his life is spiraling out of control because he don't know how to let go. I want to bail out when I'm on top. Baby girl said, yeah, I need to sit down. And Joseph said, "Bye." Look, we know. Don't be talking about Biden. We know he owed to and he need to go. They all need to go. Joseph said Biden doesn't need to keep falling upstairs and losing his track of thought either. It's the whole crew. They all come from the same generation, same era. It's over. Time to move on. But that's the problem with nature. People don't know how to move on. People don't know how to let go. People don't know how to relinquish control. Everybody is a control freak. Everybody is focused on me, and have no consideration for other people. Mitch so focused on that he don't want to let go. He ain't thinking about what's best for the country. See, a true leader will let go. But it's no longer about everybody else. It's about him. Katina says, no disrespect. He's not there. No disrespect. He's not there, but I see agreed for money. And someone wants him to keep going to get as much as he can. Sad, but true. Yeah, it's that power. Power is what they say. Money, greed, and sex.
I mean,
Money
but he
brings
don't
checks
want
and
for no
power.
money. He don't
No,
want
no, his ain't money. His is power.
his recognition. That's an old man that don't, just like you have people that's in the workforce now, and a lot of people they'll work 40 and 50 years, and people have to come along and tell them to retire because they feel like if you retire and go home and do nothing, you die. And that was put into the workers' minds for years. So he's still part of that generation. He know that if he give up that job and he won't have anything to do, and he'll go home and just sit in his chair, go to sleep and won't wake up. Because what do we have to gain? Nothing. What do we have to lose?
Peace,
Nothing.
peace. He got his rocking chair to gain. He has maybe some his grandkids is grown. His grandkids probably grandparents at this stage, as old as he is. Um, it's time you have to bail out. You have to give other people an opportunity and um bail
Yeah,
out. Absolutely, baby girl. Bail out while you on top. I'm gonna get out while I'm on top because guess what? Once you reach the top, you have nowhere else to go. But damn, that's a fact. A
well,
lot
if
of
I
people
could,
hold on too long. What's that? What's that you said?
you made me forget.
Oh, okay. But these are the realities that we all dealing with. I mean, and that's we looking at mental health at its best. You got the leader of the free world. He was the majority leader at one point. But he still got a position in the Senate. You got two people that have brain freezes and aren't operating at their optimal self, but they got more power than most people in the world.
Yeah, I have brain freezes.
Yeah, that happens when you get older. That's part of life. And when you get there, if you are a conscious person and a person of service, people that are of service to others know when it's time to bail out. But we make it about ourselves. And that's when you have all this ruckus going on. Katina says Nancy knew to get out when she seen her day was done when they tried to knock Paul off, and she quickly realized family first and she moved on quickly. Kudos to Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, absolutely. Now, but she need to go home and stay with Paul though. It's just we're at a different time. But here's the caveat to that. These younger people that's coming up, I'm scared of them too. Because their thoughts and their logic.
Yeah, the U.S.
But like my mom, you said kudos to you when we talked the other day. You said the one thing that you do like about them is they get out and vote, and that's true. They vote better than the millennials.
Yeah, they realize that voting is powerful, and they will get up out of bed and go vote.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a say so. They have a say so, and they want to. And their time is coming, and it's coming soon, because the country is being ran by people 60s, 70, 80, 90-year-old people. That's ridiculous. That's it actually is embarrassing. Just like Queen Elizabeth. I don't. Okay, you have the guy from UK over here on. Maybe he can help me out with that. Now on Tuesday, I seen Queen Elizabeth receive company from the new Prime Minister of Britain, and then Thursday, uh, uh, she's dead. Okay, my problem with that is, did she choose the time that she wanted to die? Did they give her the white medicine like people of hospice get to stop their heart at the end? Because that was just unreal to me.
Joseph, do you have any thoughts or insight on if Queen Elizabeth uh, was assisted in death or not? Um, yeah, I don't know anything about any of that, but
What did he say?
he hasn't responded yet. When he respond, I'll let you know.
Oh,
Um, but while we're waiting on Joseph to respond, if you have any insight on if you think Queen Elizabeth was assisted with her final hours?
Yeah, she chose the time and she wanted to die. I don't
Gotcha.
think she just died.
Okay. I see there's some people that I'm not aware of in the background. If you're not a part of the community, I invite you to become a part of a collective, supportive um, group of authentic individuals that focus on mental health awareness, healthy lifestyle, and living a soft life. And we invite you to become part of what's necessary and what's missing in this world today. We are an organic group of loving, supportive, caring people, and we invite you to become a part of the community. Joseph said, yes, it was a sudden thing, maybe because her husband meant a lot to her. That was his response. Katina says, very scared of them, but they don't see this world as we do. You've got gens versus the silent generation. They know absolutely nothing about each other and can't relate to one another except grandpa and grandma. You're talking about the millennials and Gen Katina. Joseph said, I dare say she could have that say over her life. So not sure, Mom. Um, but anyway, I'm
I mean,
excited.
it's very secretive because that. I mean, it don't bother me none. Because I mean, I was just wondering that was awful strange to me, and I had seen that her hand had swollen up and it had turned blue, you know. And whereas when it comes to her husband, he had been dead for over a year, and I mean,
When you've been with somebody very long like that, they
you
typically
don't get over them,
yeah, and you
you
don't
don't.
last too much long after them either.
But that was awful strange to me, for her to have been leader of that country for as long as she has been, and then she just decided that Thursday was it. And one reason why I thought that she made the decision is because she was telling her grandson he need to hurry up and get there. And
Okay, baby girl. Joseph said, Mom, no one would have refused her that right. Maybe Camilla doctored her tea. Don't get me started on Camilla, Joseph. I'm a true Lady Diana fan. When actually, when her exhibit came to town after her passing, when they had that museum of all of her uh, wardrobe and tiaras and jewelry, I went to see it at my local museum in my hometown years ago. But we are, let's just be honest, we're at the stage in life where it's a lot of leaders that have been leaders for decades and decades. It's the changing of the guard, whether you do it willingly or forcefully. The world is transition, and how are we going to prepare ourselves for that transition is the reality, because it ain't gonna stop. This world is continuously moving forward with or without us. And it's interesting to see. It's almost as if the world changed so quickly, um, like almost overnight. We went from one extinct to the next in just such a short period of time. I think the honest truth is, once the same sex marriage was legalized, that just catapulted us into just a different dynamic so quickly. And we're still at the stage of trying to adjust and come to that realization of the different dynamic that we live in. Joseph said Prince Charles was instructed by his mother to make Camilla queen consort. He went straight against her, which I didn't think. I thought that was he wanted to marry her.
he did.
I, how did he go against her wishes? He did make her queen consort, Joseph. He been with that lady before he was married, while he was married, and after he was married. He was a total mess.
They just he got involved with Diana so he could have some kids. Then
Yeah,
after
but he
Diana,
loved Camilla.
then when Diana had the kids and everything, the marriage lasted for what, 15 years, and then after that it was just over with. He had no business messing with that young girl in the first place. But they used Diana, and then once she grew up and seen that she was being used, she got, she said, no, it's my turn now. So that's why she started telling all the royal secrets. And that's how this war between them became real. This is her time, that during this time is when she died, isn't it?
I'm not. It was in the summer. I know when she passed away.
It was what, August 31st?
I'm not sure. Was it around this time?
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. A little T. Ain't that right, y'all? But we didn't talked about a little bit of everything. I want. Did I hit everything I want to hit? Full YouTube partner. Excited about that. Um, really gonna start to focus on developing myself more in my content so it can grow. I didn't came across a lot of people that have had good jobs and have transitioned out and became full YouTube content creators because their earnings afford them that, and that's the end goal here. I ain't just out here for nothing. I really want to become a full-time, no, I am going to become a full content creator, and I'm going to be able to come in these communities and work with local agencies to put resources and programs together in communities, and some of our members in this community gonna help launch it in your communities. So send up a prayer about that, because mental health is real, and we got to get in front of this epidemic so we can ensure that we leave this world better than we found it, and while we here for the remainder of our stay, we can enjoy it properly. And that's the end goal for all of us. Joseph said, this one to you, Mom, Camilla was not supposed to be queen. She was to be queen consort, which is in title only and not to be seen as our late queens. Bettina said, it's a time for change. And if you don't keep up, you will be left behind and out of touch with reality. And COVID was the time frame that was needed to implement the world changing right before our eye. Um, yeah, well, it was never long live Princess Megan. That was I believe that the royal family is prejudiced. I don't believe it. I know it in my heart. And they was jealous of Megan. They didn't want to see a woman of color that outshine plain old uh what's her name? What's old boy's wife name? Start with a K. Uh,
Kate.
Kate, yeah, Kate Middleton. Kate was plain as ever. Then you got beautiful Megan come that was fashionable and beautiful and outshined her. And then, oh, here come the prejudiced tabloids and always shooting down the underdog. Don't get me started on them. I follow that vigorously, and I know the KKK when I see it, and that tabloid was very prejudiced and abusive, and it's a shame. It's a shame what happened there. Um, it's a baby girl. It's a reality. It's a reality. You got a lot of people out here that are coming forth because they trying to get a dollar. Now, I want this to transfer in the financial game. I ain't out here. I ain't no fool, and I ain't lying. But I'm very passionate about what I do, and what the intention is a very needed area that can impact people's lives productively. We have to be to a point. I believe you have more success and more opportunities to succeed when you can impact people positively. And it's not enough positivity that's coming out here on these platforms. So we got to organically grow it and let God control it. And I'm excited about where He's going to take it. You might be right. Thank you very kindly, y'all, for your super chat. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of work to get to the point of full YouTuber, and it's a lot more work ahead. But the beautiful part about that is I'm excited about it. I see the potential, and that's why, I go to y'all channels, and if I haven't, if you throw up something, let me know, because I come and support y'all, because the opportunity is there for us to grow collectively and individually. And we can't wait on nobody to help us. We have to help ourselves. And I know that to be true. That's why I have been able to get well. And I actually had a colleague of mine text me the other day, and it made me feel good. She's a director at my job, and she said she had a conversation with mom. You sucking your teeth. I can hear. Um, you might want to put it on mute. Um, she had a conversation with one of our peers about the strong Black woman mentality, and she told her that it was a setup, and to not buy into that. And that's a real thing. That is an honest, real thing. We have to get to the point to where we let all that aggression go, because see, that aggression is killing us. We can express ourselves, we can get our points across, and we can be very intentional without raising hell. Because see, that hell is where our lives end up going, in the toilet. And then we get all these conditions and all these diseases that impacts our life expectancy and our families. And it's not fair to us. And it's just a new day, and there's a better way. Amen. Can't wait for nobody to help us. We have to help ourselves. Amen. And the beautiful thing is that's within our reach. That is within our reach. The best decision I ever made post helping myself was to follow my commitment to God and to help someone else. I have had more people that have filled me up as a person by me coming out and being authentic and supporting others in their healing or their struggles, trying to be encouragement and uplifting and sharing information and knowledge. Um, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because it helps people to get to their authentic selves. There's nothing worse than to be in a space that's not real. And what I mean by that is not well. Real is when you're living authentically. The other places, that's living in hell. We don't deserve to live in hell. We deserve to live happy, wholesome, healthy lives. Joseph said, I like the Black preacher at Macon's wedding, and her mother is a real looker and an honest and down to woman. I like that whole setup. It was a nice collaboration between both cultures. Katina says you have to recognize that you need help in order to start your healing process. Quit lying to yourself. First step into getting well is to quit lying to yourself. Baby girl probably can regurgitate all of that. Amen. But anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say. Tell me this real quick in the chat before y'all leave. Baby girl, Joseph, Katina, is I don't know if you still hear y'all. Is Saturday's a good day, or would a day during the week be better? Just trying to get some feedback, because I'm going back to work next week, and I want to see is like going live during the week, is that better, or is Saturdays? I want to start going live a couple times during the week, but I got to get acclimated back to corporate America. So if y'all don't see me being consistent for about a week or so, yeah, I'm getting readjusted. Yes, to what which one, baby girl? I definitely want to go live more often, because I think once you go live more often, that's how you also build your platform. And I like when you all just not interact with me, but most of you in the community, y'all very familiar with each other, which is a beautiful thing. It's actually a development that's organic and authentic, that ain't got nothing to do with me, because what goes on in the chats, y'all control that. Okay. Okay, got it. Appreciate y'all feedback. But I'm definitely going to be looking for more things to bring to the community. So I'm gonna do some more researching, and you might see more longer videos than shorts. Shorts is easy to do though, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But I definitely might have some adjustments to do this week coming up, since I gotta go back on plant site 3 days. So that's just as a FYI. But I'm excited, y'all. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for all your support and commitment and consistency on coming to the platform, helping it grow. I didn't grow it. We grew it. And it's just a beautiful thing that I'm experiencing with y'all. And I'm excited about where we're going. I look forward to the day where we meet in person. Me and y'all is already talking about meeting up next year at the Vid Summit. It's welcome to the community. I also want to, at some point, be able to start some kind of activity where we can all meet, and be very classy and a great thing. And I know the possibilities of that is within reach. So we just got to keep moving forward and growing. And got you. Yeah. And I'm gonna do, how I am with them midweek pop up, y'all. When I feel like it, I say, let me come to this community, see what's going on in these YouTube streets. Yeah, the pop-ups during the week too, it's like a rejuvenation or a reminder of what you should have, could have, would have, and done. And I get those urges to, I'll be wanting to connect sometimes, and I say, let me just see what's going on, and if I get lucky, then some of y'all see what that I'm on, and we can connect. So I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all support, and it's full speed ahead. Throw a prayer up for myself and for y'all and for us collectively. God is in control. The soft life is the best life, and we no longer subscribe to anything that does not celebrate our mental and our physical health, because we deserve to live a happy life. And if you have not joined this mindset in this community, we invite you to be part of something that is beautiful in the making. I appreciate y'all support tonight. We will do it again. I want y'all to have a safe and wonderful weekend and a holiday. Y'all might see me again, probably will, because I ain't doing nothing. But if y'all busy, that's fine too. Have a wonderful night. And y'all know me, we just getting started. Take care of yourselves and take care of someone else. And if you don't do nothing else, do me and yourself a favor. Share this content with someone else. Somebody need to hear it. God blessings until the next time, y'all. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Mom. Have a
Bye.
good night, everybody. Let me go
Bye,
through these
everybody.
comments.
Good night, everyone.
Blessings, everybody. See you soon, Joseph. Blessing y'all. Thank you for coming. See y'all next time.